To welcome you here today, and thank you very much for braving this weather at Adelaide Zoo. We certainly appreciate you visiting us. Today, with the help of Michelle and Amelia, we're going to be taking you on a journey into the world of a group of birds known for their colour and their charisma, and that's, of course, parrots. Now, parrots are an incredible group of birds, ultimate survivors, whether it's budgies that you would have kept as pets, all the way up to birds found on the other side of the world that are big, spectacular and colourful. Now, even though these birds are found all around the world, I'm going to start off with one that you're probably very familiar with seeing around our CBDs, parks, gardens, even in your backyards. And that's because this bird is ultimate at living around us. It used to, however, only be found in the very centre of Australia, so you only found it in the deserts. This next bird, though, will be showing you how these birds are, parrots, are amazing survivors. They're a bird that I'm sure you're all very familiar with. That's, of course, the humble galah. Now, ours goes by the name of Cat, and Cat will be giving you a very close look because this afternoon we'll bring her out and do a few flights between us out here on the lawn. Now, this bird here is a grass-eating parrot. And that's why they lived in the deserts, because out in the deserts there was lots of grasses. That's where the grasses tended to be. And so they were constricted to that one part of the world. But as European settlement expanded, so did parks, gardens, backyards, sporting fields and crops. And so these birds learnt to follow the resources. Now, for that reason, you can now find them coast to coast. It's a great example of parrot survival. Now, even though we're used to seeing this bird around us quite a lot, not many people realise that they're actually one of the smallest members of the cockatoo family. Now, cockatoos are known for being big and colourful and loud, but the main feature that makes them different is the ability to raise or lower a crest on the top of their head. Now, you can't see her crest right now because it's hidden underneath those white feathers, but if she throws it up in the air, it's certainly very obvious. It's the way that they communicate with each other. So they might throw it up if they see something exciting or something a bit scary. It's a great way to let each other know that there's something around that they don't want to be close to. So this particular bird, even though she relies on grasses to survive, she still does need trees. And that's because a bird like this one here relies on tree hollows to raise her family. It's the perfect place to raise their young. And for a hollow to form in a tree, that tree actually has to start to die. So even dead trees play a really important role in the environment around us. So you think about a bird like this next time you're doing a little bit of landscaping, because they still need those trees to help us out. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think Kat's done a wonderful job to start us off even with the weather. What do you guys think? Do you think she's done pretty well?
Yes!
I think so too. Now, for the group out there, if you guys want to come on in closer and stand just along next to the tree in line with these people already here, that would be great. The middle section, we've just got to keep clear as a flyway, but if you stand over towards the line that these two trees make over to my left, that would be fantastic. So over in this direction for me. There you go. Fantastic. That's perfect. Makes life a bit easier when we move on to one of our later birds. Now, this bird here is a great example of parrot survival being found around our back gardens and sporting fields. So we take them a little bit for granted, but parrots eat lots and lots of different foods. It just depends where they're found. So whether it's a lorikeet in your back garden that loves eating nectar from the flowers, all the way to parrots in the other side of Australia in the far north where they eat very different foods. Now, our next parrot is one of those. He comes from the far north of Australia, living in a part of the world where their favourite food is fruit. Now, that's in the far north where you'll find a lot of rainforest. And so our next bird is a rainforest specialist, living in the Daintree rainforests in the far north of our country. He's coming out, his name's Louis, and he's an eclectus parrot. Now, this beautiful bird here is a male eclectus parrot, and you can tell that because of that green colour that he has. Male eclectus parrots are this bright green with that red underflash under their wings. Females are a very different colour. They're actually bright red all over with a deep blue collar. So different that for many years they were thought to be separate species, but there's a really important reason for it. These birds out there in the rainforest, he spends his whole day out there searching for fruit, and so being a green colour helps him blend in. But at the end of the day, when he's heading home, he's got to make sure he ends up in the right tree hollow. Now, there's so many tree hollows there, it's easy to end up in the wrong one. So what he does is he calls out, and his partner climbs to the top of the tree hollow and sticks her bright red head out of it. It kind of acts like a flag or a traffic light to let him know which tree hollow to go into. Means he doesn't end up in the wrong tree hollow with another eclectus parrot, or even worse, something like a rufous owl that he doesn't want to go near. So a great little example of parrots using their colours for survival as well. Now, tree hollows are important for this parrot here, but they're important for lots of different parrots, and we know that here at Adelaide Zoo, and so that's why we're involved with